When you think of a classic Nintendo franchise, one that many think of is Fire Emblem. This is a series I've always just kind of watched from afar, but never dived into myself. Well, that all changes with Fire Emblem Three Houses. This game got great reviews and was marked as a good entry point in the series. So, I decided to go ahead and take the leap. I'll be looking through this game so I can see where it ends up on my list. The combat in this game is tactical turn-based style. This means that you're controlling a team of people and deciding where they go, who they attack, and how. Each character has classes that they fit into, and you're able to use their different abilities to your advantage in combat. Also in this combat system are advantages and disadvantages. Some enemies are weak to magic, some to axes, some to people on flying animals. On top of all of this, you're able to deck out your entire roster with different weapons, shields, and items to help make them stronger and better for each encounter. All of this in mind, I'm giving the combat 62 points. This game has a story that has some true splitting depending on the decisions you make. The primary decision is what faction you end up with, but there are multiple other decisions throughout the game that matter as well. Will you try to side with the enemy, and who in your view is the true enemy? All questions that you'll have to answer as you play the game. On top of that, the dialogue for the story is just written very well. Unlike some RPGs where the story is more of a backdrop for the combat, the story in Fire Emblem Three Houses makes sure to keep you drawn into this 50 to 60 hour story. I want to give the story 58 points. As mentioned before in this game, you are controlling a team. What I haven't yet mentioned is that the team is made up of your students, as you quickly become a professor of the church. Besides giving your students dangerous weapons to go on deadly missions, you also sit in a classroom and teach them how to use these weapons or magic or, thinking? The fun part about this is the influence you can have in how the students work. Now, you can just teach them whatever you want and hope they pick up on it, enjoy it, and let you teach them more. However, each student has preferences in what they learn. These preferences evolve over time, and it's up to you as a professor to either allow or deny these new preferences in all of your journey through the game. This really brings a new aspect to normal skill grinding in RPGs, as all of your students can learn all of the skills. And as I mentioned before, it's really about teaching them what they want to learn, so they'll continue wanting to learn. Almost like real life. If only my teachers let me study axe combat. Either way, I want to give the teaching mechanics in this game a solid 72 points. This game has a good old reliable calendar system to help progress through the story. You only have so many actions you can do in a day, and these actions help define your experience in the game. Do you want to have one-on-one time with students? Do you want to try to solve a mystery? Maybe you just want to garden or go fishing and relax. Or else, you can do side missions and go tackle great battles to level up your students that way. There are truly a lot of different options, and one of my favorite options was actually scouring the campus to determine who owned different lost items that I found all around. This was my favorite because you're able to just spam the different options, and so, you would just click and then it would say the same thing over and over again. Really great, but in all seriousness, managing your time is an important mechanic in this game, and it does feel like fun, so I guess I'll give it 51 points. Between combat at 62 points, story at 58 points, teaching at 72 points, and scheduling at 51 points, this game ends up at 243 points total. Now, as my first game in the Fire Emblem franchise, I have to say it really made an impression on me. I can see why so many people love this game, and I can honestly say it kept me up late into the night just so I could keep playing and keep seeing more. Definitely recommend this game, and happy to see it so high up on my list. Now, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see here, please hit the subscribe button. No matter what, have a good one.